Welcome to our Kingdom Conversation, continuing our conversation about being a witness in our community. Wrapping up our conversations, we're going to talk again about the community kitchen at St. Luke. And again, welcome to Pam Updegraft and Catherine Prout as they help us learn about and hear more about our community kitchen, the history of it, how it works, things like that. Now, this fall, we've been talking a lot about talking about going and being gospel witnesses. Certainly the community kitchen is a powerful way that we get to go. This community kitchen is a way that we get to be witnesses of the good news of Jesus. And as we start our conversation today, I'd like to hear a little bit, Pam and Catherine, how have you seen, or what ways does the community kitchen proclaim the gospel to the neighborhood and to the city and to those around us?
One thing, go ahead. Okay, well, one thing is, I know that the diners that come, they are so appreciative of what we do. And I know that they get a thrill out of seeing the younger generation when we have like high schoolers. We have some Boy Scout groups that come in. And I really feel that when they see the younger kids there volunteering, doing what they can, I feel that it gives them a hope for the future and a hope that life is going to get better.
So certainly seeing the time and concern of other people is a witness of the love of Jesus, and that kind of thing. Catherine, you were starting to say something?
I was just going to say that I think people can come as they are. They don't have to dress a certain way. They don't have to speak a certain way. Some people may not even communicate with you, but they know that they're being helped. They know that we care about them. And that's moving to me because people feel comfortable to come here, because many people that come may not be socially correct, all those things that go along with someone that may be in a situation that isn't ideal. And we don't have any strings attached. We don't require anything. And I think people are comfortable coming in the way that they are, and no matter what their situation is. That's moving to me.
Yeah, powerful witnesses in several of those things. Jesus having table fellowship with people all the time, and sometimes Jesus having table fellowship with people that were scandalous to those around him. But that powerful thing of breaking bread together, eating together, that goes back to biblical times of the hospitality, the friendships that are forged, the intimacy of a meal together, and then especially what a symbol of God's grace to say, just come. The food's prepared. It's no expectation, no cost to you. That's grace, right? Free and freely given. And one thing that we've also worked really hard as a congregation is to make sure that there's always a time where we get to tell people why we're doing this. So we have a time of prayer and devotion. Like you're both kind of saying, it's not you gotta partake in this and whatever, but people are having their meals and so forth, and there to listen. And just a brief time that we get to lift up a word of thanks to the Lord, pray for our friends that are gathered together there, and share sort of the love of Jesus has compelled us to do these things for you. And that love has transformed us, and we want to tell you about that Jesus. And that's been a thing that we've always really strived to do, that as people have probably heard me say, and others have said too, a meal will fill your belly for the day, but the gospel will change eternity. And we want to do both of those things, filling bellies that change the day, but then filling hearts and minds and souls with the gospel that can do much more transformation than just a full meal.
Yeah, and not only has Pam and any of the volunteers that have worked at the community kitchen formed relationships, Pastor Johannes has too. He has a connection during the week with some of our guests, and he knows a lot about their lives that maybe they wouldn't normally share. So I think that's a ministry in and of itself that has come out of the community kitchen. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think so many of these friends that come here,
I would have to guess there's not many places around town where they are welcomed, recognized, known on a first name basis, and treated like, hey, friend, come on in. And it's powerful just to imagine that's our community kitchen's a place where all those things happen. So, people that are part of this conversation, and many of them may not have ever helped at the community kitchen before. And one of the questions that would be probably helpful is, okay, I'm listening to this. I'm part of this. I want to sign up. I want to try it. How do I sign up to help at the community kitchen? And what does that entail? Like, what am I getting myself into if I'm gonna help volunteer?
Well, I'll talk about the logistics of signing up. Obviously, we have now an online sign-up format for people to sign up under the St. Luke events tab on our website. If anybody has any questions or they aren't comfortable or able to sign up online, they can certainly call the church office and we can sign you up for that Saturday. We're in the process of opening our doors again for inside dining, and this Saturday is one of our first Saturdays. I know Pam's pretty excited about that. So there are several opportunities, not only to be there on a Saturday, but we probably will begin cooking during the week again once we start serving meals inside. So there's that opportunity. There's opportunities to be a kitchen manager, what Pam does. There's opportunities also to help with the menu planning. So as we ramp things back up to where we used to be pre-pandemic, there are those opportunities.
Pam, other things people can expect when they do that?
Well, when you show up at the community kitchen, everything is already there. The food that we're going to prepare is already there. The tables, the chairs, everything is there. I am usually there, or another manager is there that will tell you what to do. Like I said, as a kitchen manager, I feel that it's my responsibility just to direct people and to not do anything. So I will, if I see you standing around, I will find a job for you. And no job is too small, no job is too big, but the more people that we have, the easier it is. But you will show up. There will be people that will be out in the dining room, and they will be setting up tables and putting placemats and silverware and napkins out. There will be people in the kitchen that will be preparing the food. Like I said, we will have, we usually have a main meal, we'll have a vegetable, we'll have fruit, we'll have a salad, we'll have drinks, and we'll have the treats. Usually that consists of pies or cakes or cookies, something that a lot of these people don't, usually get on a regular basis because that's a luxury. And then we will prepare all this stuff. We'll set up the plates that will go, that will fill the food, and then we'll fill the carts with the other things that will be pushed around the dining room. And then after, come 12:30, we're done. And then the cleanup happens. And that's the least favorite part of the community kitchen, but it's a good time to get to interact with the other volunteers. We have dishes to be washed, floors to be mopped, the tables and chairs to be put away. But again, it can still be fun. It's crazy. I call it organized chaos. But it can be a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun. So you just have to be willing to go with it.
Yeah. So it sounds like no training needed, really. I mean, you can just kind of show up and you're given a task that fits your interests and ability and stuff like that. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Awesome. Well, one last question is just both of you, I know have had, lots of intimate connections at the community kitchen, lots of time spent there. Are there any stories that stand out to you, conversations, people you've met, things that have happened that you say, boy, that captures the community kitchen in a powerful way? Any stories to share?
Just recently, one thing that we do that I think is very important is we do offer a word of prayer. And during one of our prayers, it was mentioned that about heaven and about going to heaven and how things will be better there. And we had one of our diners was very taken by that prayer. She had had a child that she had lost who was in heaven. And she was extremely emotional about knowing that, yes, I will see my child again. And I thought that that was, unfortunately it was COVID and I wasn't able to comfort her in any way, but I could tell that that meant a lot to her. And even though she was, emotional about it, I feel that she found comfort in it also.
That's awesome. Yeah. Catherine, anything come to mind for you?
I think just the interaction that I have with people that we serve on Saturday. I obviously am not here on Saturday, but I experience their life during the week. They remember, that I'm here. I've been here a while, and they know that I know what the community kitchen is. They know that I know what we have and what we don't have. And I think seeing the same people, because there are people that have been coming to the community kitchen for decades. It's part of their life. Whether it fills a need, like we talked about, whether it's an actual, food need that they have or a social need that they have. So I think that the interaction that I have with people on a regular basis during the week is probably would be something that would be fulfilling for me.
Yeah, I had one time that really stands out to me. I think our daughter was about 2 years old at the time, and we brought her with us, my wife and I, and our just the one daughter at the time. And our job was just to conversation with people. We were just kind of sitting there talking to people, and that was the task we were given, just welcome people. And anyway, we were doing that, and nobody said like, this is the pastor at the church or something like that. It was just, I was there. And within minutes, I think we had half a dozen people come up to us and say, hey, if you've got a young child, you can go to this place and they'll give you diapers. If you've got a young child, you can go here and there's a place where they'll give you a place to stay. If you got a young child, you can get formula here, all these things. And the first couple of times we didn't really think much of it, but by the fifth or sixth time, Elizabeth and I realized we said, wow, like we have been welcomed into this community and just arms flung around us, nobody knowing who we were, why we were there, but just people saying there's folks that have a young kid. How can we help? And it was just powerful that we were welcomed into. I always think there's got to be some communities where you're still on the outside after 5 years. And here we were just showing up as part of this community thing, and nobody knew who we were, but we were kind of welcomed into that place by the participants and the patrons of there within minutes. And just that kind of captures the vibe of the whole place.
Well, and I think that is it's Jesus, and it's there and go.
Yeah.
Of serving and giving back.
Here I was, the pastor of the church, trying to tell them about the love of Christ, and they were showing the love of Christ to us. So, yeah. Well, thanks for being part of this, Pam and Catherine. Thanks for your wisdom and insights, and thanks to everyone who took part in these kingdom conversations. God's blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.